it's me, Lisa, from Lisa Goodwin DIY, and tonight I'm going to take you on a tour of my tack room, because last week I went live at my friend Vickie's house, and she wasn't quite ready for my organizational skills quite yet. So I thought it would be fun to show you some of the things that I've done in my own tack room. But first, I have to give my horses their grain, because raced home from work and got them put away. That's Pleasant, and that was Frisbee that you just heard, if you heard him. And I have to give them their mush. So let's see, I don't know if you'll be able to hear me, but I gotta give them their mush real quick. And we'll start with Pleasant, because he is a little impatient, but then you can see what he does with his mush. It's really funny. So I'm gonna go give him his mush real quick. Don't go away, I'm just going in there. I'll be right back, but you won't be able to hear me. So hold on for 1 second. What's up, Bubbles? What's up, Bubbles? What's up, Bubbles? Come here, baby. Oh, good boy. Okay, Pleasant has his mush, and let's see if I can take you over here and show you. That is Pleasant, and he makes a mess when he's eating, and you see that on his face, because he has bad teeth, so I have to turn his pellets into mush. Sometimes he slurps. I'm waiting to see if he'll slurp for you. There he goes. Okay, so Pleasant got his mush, so now I have to give Frisbee his mush. And I like feeding them their pellets like this, because then I can make sure I know how much water they're getting. So this is Frisbee, and I have his mush ready. This is Frisbee's mush. But one thing extra that Frisbee gets, because he has Cushing's, he gets a pill. So he gets Presend, 1 tablet a day, and that keeps his Cushing's under control. Yes. This is Frisbee. Say hi, Frisbee. Say hi. He's saying hi. So I'm gonna give Frisbee his mush now. Hold on. I know, you're such a good boy. I know. Yes, a good boy. Okay, back up. Back up. Good boy. That's a good boy. On treats? There you go. There you go. Good boys. All right, so both of the horses have their mush. They have their pellets. And Frisbee has his little pill. I put that in his bucket that I put inside of his pen. So both of my boys are happy. They're eating their dinner. So let's go look at the tack room. Okay, so this barn, this is my feed room. So I keep all of my feed in there. And then right there is my tack room. Now my tack room is not near as big as Vickie's, but it works for me. And one thing that I have done, see if you can see that, that is a solar light, because I don't have electricity in either my feed barn or in my tack room, or actually my other barn either. So what I did was I put these lights up, which are basically garage lights. So that way, when it's getting dark, like it is right now, I can still see my horses, which I'll be able to show you in a little bit when it does get really dark, because I'm not sure how long we can stay in the tack room. I do have a solar light in here, and it's awesome. So I have to show you. Let's come in the tack room, and you can see it's already darker. So I have this handy little remote control, and it controls my light. Maybe. Oh, there's light, but it's not very bright. But the light in my tack room is a chandelier. I really like that. I added that, I think, a year ago, just so I could have some light in here, so when I come out, I can see what I'm doing and playing with my horses in case it gets dark when I get done riding, so I can put my stuff away. But let's show you around. So you can see it's not a very big tack room. I think it is 4 feet by 10 feet, so not very big at all. But a lot of the different things I have in here, I built. So I'm actually going to turn the camera around so I can show you, because you guys have already seen me. You don't need to see me. But I can show you some of the things I did. And one of the things that I made, and I'm actually really proud of, is this blanket rack. So what I do is I keep my horses' winter blankets and fall blankets, sometimes summer blankets, on this blanket rack. And this way, if it gets wet or if the blankets are wet, I can hang them up and then they will dry. Hopefully, that's the goal. And this was so easy to make. So I don't know if you can see behind, but that is a 2x6, was a scrap piece of wood. And move my halter. And what the blankets are hanging on are shelf brackets. So I really like these. They have kind of a lattice pattern on them. They're iron, cast iron, and they're painted white. So on some of the hooks, I actually have more than one blanket hanging. Ooh. And this one you can see it's empty because Pleasant is wearing his blanket. I like to call that his princess blanket. But then when I take it off him in the morning, then I just bring it back here and hang it up. It's super easy. But, so see, I've got at least 2 blankets on these hooks. So these are Rambo. They're lightweight, so 50 grams of fill. This one is an Amigo blanket, which is I think that's 240 grams of fill. And then these are just more like sheets. So these are just like light blankets, and those are for Pleasant because he tends to get cold. He's really thin skinned. So we have those for him. And then this is Frisbee's blanket, which I really need to wash because that's really bad. But I mean, I think these shelf brackets cost, I think they were $12 for the set. So I got the whole set of the shelf brackets, found a scrap piece of wood, and I did put them on another, if you can see that behind there, I think it's 2 2x4s, and I secured it in place with liquid nails. So this is not going anywhere. I actually tried to move it one time and I couldn't move it. So that is not going anywhere. But it does take a lot of space. Show you this angle. But I mean, it works for me, and I like that I can hang the blankets up and I don't have to put them in anything. I don't have to put them in blanket, you know, containers or anything like that. So that works for me. So if you have the space in your barn, I would highly encourage you to do something like this so you have easy access to all of your horse's blankets. It's actually, I mean, makes it so much easier for me for switching out their blankets from lightweight to midweight to heavyweight. And then I have some place to keep them, and easy access, especially before I go to work, or when I come home and it's dark, I can come get the blankets. So that is like one of my favorite things that I made. And then of course a bridle rack. And I do have videos showing you guys how I made all of these. Again, super easy. This is actually a 1 inch by 6 inch piece of wood. And I painted some bridle brackets. They're like rose gold. They're supposed to be rose gold. And then I just hung it up. Super easy. And this one is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hooks for my bridles and my halters. And I hung it a little bit lower than the blanket rack, but I still have space for where my tack trunk is. And this, again, this works for me, so that was why I did it over here. Now, in the back, you can see my cupboards. I don't know if I should open these. They're probably going to be bad. Let's see. Let's see how bad and unorganized this is. It's not too terrible. It's not too bad. I keep extra stuff in there, and of course, those are dollar store bins. They work really well. And I actually got these, I think they were like $55 a piece from Home Depot. But then, of course, I wanted it to have like a countertop, and I didn't have a lot of money to spend on a countertop. So I took some scrap wood and I made one. And then this is just like contact paper that, of course, looks like marble. And I think I did that a year ago, and it's held up really well. So I'm really happy with how that is. Super easy to clean. I haven't, well, is that a scratch? Yep, I think. Yeah, that's a little ding, but it's a Tack Room, so I'm not terribly worried about that. And then I keep one of my grooming totes in here. And this was one of the $3 bins I got from the Dollar Tree. And so I just keep boots in here. And then another bin, right now it's just got some bonnets in it and then some extra brushes. And of course, I had to have some really pretty horse pictures. They were on those command strips, but they fell down. So this has a little bit of a lip, so I just left them there. I like them. Those are from Hobby Lobby. And of course, they still have these at Hobby Lobby, but only get those when they're 50% off, because then they're like $15. So pretty cool. Excuse me. And then I have some hooks that right now I just have some little signs that I made hanging on. Those, believe it or not, those are Dollar Tree hooks, and they came in a pack of 4. So they work really well in this barn. They stay up just fine. I have one of my helmets in here. And then this is something else that I'm super proud of. Let's see if I can show you guys this. This is a saddle rack that I made. It's gonna get wonky, sorry. I gotta turn this a little bit because I want to show you. So what I like a lot about this saddle rack is I can keep lots of blankets on it, like saddle pads, not blankets, sorry. Ooh. But when I'm not using this, it hangs. So if I only have one saddle pad in here, or one saddle in my tack room, or if I need the space, those completely come off and they can hang flat. So then it's just some 2x4 wood and another piece of wood behind it. And I've just secured it with screws and some wood glue onto the wall. So this, I mean, this is so helpful to have in a tack room because it's nice to be able to have your saddles in the tack room. And this will hold a Western saddle, but my Western saddle is down in my lower level. So I just have my English saddles out here right now. But I gotta pick those up because I can't leave them on the ground. Spiders and stuff might come out and get my pretty saddle pads. And just like that, it's hanging up again. So really nice. Really cool. I love my saddle stand that I made, wall hanging saddle stand. And again, I did make a video showing you how to do that. Oh, but this is really fun too. This actually was one of the first projects that I made. And I do like this better than than when I used to hang up my saddle pads, like on, and I'll show you that in a minute. But I can get a lot of saddle pads on here. And these are just 2x2s and a piece of 1x4 wood. I used wood glue and some screws. And you could make this as big as you wanted it to be. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they hold a lot of saddle pads. So you can make it, and see how close proximity this is next to my saddle stand. It works really well for me, and again, this is a really small space, so I'm trying to use the space to the best of my ability. I think I'm doing pretty good for using the space. All right, let's put the saddle pads back. Oh, I think I'm going to use this one tomorrow. I like this one. This is an Ogilvy Equestrian, and I made it in the colors like the Voltaire, my Voltaire saddle. So I had that custom done. That's just one of their baby pads. It's really nice though, and pleasant. He works really well in that. And yes, this will hold Western saddle pads as well. So tons of space on this saddle pad rack. Again, that's 2x2s, and I have 5 different things, I guess, saddle pad holders. But this is probably one of my favorites. And now I gotta pick up my halter because I don't want that on the ground. Because everything has to have a home, right? It makes it easy to find everything. Gotta put things away. Okay, now I think, well, I don't know. You may have seen I've made videos where I've had saddle pads hanging on these, and that works really well too. But I like that better. And I use this for my girths, my cinches, bottles, spray bottles. It works really well, and I have it right by the door. And then these are just from the Dollar Tree, and they work awesome. Ooh, if you can see that, for holding spurs, all kinds of stuff, sunglasses. And then again, more Dollar Tree hooks for my riding helmet. That's just a Dollar Tree hook. And then that is my whip holder. I think that was like $3, super affordable. And then of course we have my Tack Trunk, which is a Husky toolbox. It's got stuff in it. It's probably messy. Yeah, just excess tack. And I made this little pad to sit on. So that is very, very handy. And again, there's a Dollar Tree rack. I got those when they were still $1, not $1.25. But this is my tack room. And of course, you got to have ribbons in your tack room, right? There's my ribbons. And then my pretty light is actually solar lights. There's 3 of them underneath there, if you can see that. I got at Amazon. And then they had this chandelier, crystal chandelier. It's very fancy. So I hung that over top of the solar lights because it's so pretty. I like that. So for me, that works. And my tack room works for me really, really well. So I am actually going to grab this. All of the projects that I showed you are in here. Yes, I wrote this. So the pictures on the front were actually when my tack room was in my feed room. So we'll go in there in a second. But I need to shut the light off. So we'll go ahead, shut off the light, and say goodnight to the tack room. Good night, tack room. Oh, and my outdoor light is on. See? Again, that's a solar light, and those are the solar panels for both the outdoor light and my chandelier light. Now, oh yeah, we're going to get to that in a few minutes. But I wanted to also show you something else that you can make is a hitching post or hitching rack, tie rack, whatever you want to call it. So I have this in close proximity to my barn. Again, my barn is not near as fancy as my friend Vickie, but you know, sometimes you just make do with what you have, and that's what I've done. So my tiny little barn, which we put in a wall so that it's 2 stalls. And then the corral panels. Oh, I got to paint. Look at that. Corral panels so the horses each have pens so they can come in and out as they please. But this hitching post, I think this was like one of the very first projects that I ever did. Super easy. Those are just fence posts. Those are 2x6s, and I painted them. Now they are set in concrete in the base, so it's pretty sturdy. And then I have my tie ring, and this is where I tie up the horses, but I don't want to tie them. So I just keep this here, and it's one of those quick tie thingies. I heard about it from Clinton Anderson, and I love that. It's super nice. So if the horses pull back, they can pull back, but they're not going to get stuck. And then I just have a couple of mats so that I can most of the time stay out of the mud with my horses. Oh, Pleasant's going inside. Night night, Pleasant. And now we're into my feed room. And at one time my feed room was my tack room. Again, I've got lights, like garage lights. And I think I'm going to unplug the fence charger because that's going to get really annoying for you. So we do have an electric fence charger because my horses have torn up the fence before. So that electric fence, it's like the braided, I don't know, it's braided nylon, some kind of braided cord. We have that. We have one strand all the way around our pasture. And then, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but we have a little pasture, and that's the hot wire. Only one strand is electrified, but that's the horses' pasture they get to go into occasionally, but not all the time, because they don't want all of the grass to get eaten. Okay, but here is, again, my feed room, which at one time, see, that was where I hung up all of my tack. But like I said in the video that I made with Vickie, and we were talking about how there's so much dust. There's so much dust in a barn. If you have a horse, you know that. The hay, everything just gets super, super dusty. So I found that by having a separate feed room from a tack room keeps my tack and everything else not quite so dusty, because it's not fun having to clean your tack all the time. So this works for me. Now in my feed room, I have just this little table. So I keep all of my odds and ends here. So I have another grooming tote, and then I have the Cavali Club box that we're going to open in just a moment. And this is where I keep this, another blanket rack. I think I got these from Dover, but they work great for holding like spray bottles. So these are awesome to have. Yes, you can use them as a blanket rack, but they work great for spray bottles too. Now, my horse's hay, got to get hay this weekend actually, but we get the big bales, the 3x3, I think, bales, and then I separate them out into hay nets. And it makes it a lot easier because I have like all the hay nets that I'm going to need for a week. And the 3x3 bales of hay actually last a really long time. They last twice as long if I were to buy the small bales. So I really like filling hay nets. Some people don't. I think it's a personal preference. My horses seem to waste less if I eat them. If I eat my horses, they waste less. No, if I feed them in the hay nets, they waste less. So then I have less waste. Then the horses actually eat the hay. It's a win-win. Less expensive that way too. One thing I do have, and it's probably hard to see, and I should not have this like this. See if I can angle this down and show you, is my first aid kit. Not good to put wood in front of the first aid kit. But this is my first aid kit for my horses. Again, this is Husky toolboxes, and each compartment, it has first aid supplies in it. So if something happens and the vet is on their way, but they're not here yet, I have everything I need in there to take care of my horses until the vet gets here, which is totally scary. It's not a fun thing to experience, but if you're prepared and you have, you know, the supplies that you need ahead of time, again, very, very good. So first aid kit is definitely a necessity in a barn. If you have horses, people can use that first aid kit. Horses can use it. Haven't used it on my chickens. I don't know how I would doctor the chickens up, but you know, I guess I'm grateful I've never had to do first aid on chickens, because that would be bad. So I think I'm gonna walk around, make you dizzy, and we are going to open this Cavali Club box, because I have been waiting to open this, but I wanted to make a video of it, and I was like, you know what? Why don't I do a live video with the unboxing of the Cavali Club? So that's what this is. Sorry, when I get excited, my voice gets very high pitched. What do they call that? Cringy? Yeah. So Cavali Club is a subscription box, and it's actually put out by Coro, which I was pretty sure Coro did it, but it says it now on the box. It's going to be backwards though, isn't it? But Cavali Club by Coro. So they send this out quarterly. So spring, summer, fall, and winter. So this is the fall box. So let's see what is inside of this Cavali Club box. It's gonna be hard to hold it and show you what's inside, but the lighting is better this way. It's all about the lighting when it comes to making a video. All right. There is packing material in the Cavali Club box. Look at that. And they send you a booklet and tell you what is inside the box. This is cool. They have lots of different pictures people have shared on Instagram telling you what's inside their boxes and what they loved about it. And the Cavali Club box is $59.99. It's once a quarter, and that does include the shipping. So free shipping, $59.99, and it's fun to get surprises in the mail. I love getting surprises in the mail. So we got something small. Oh, I heard about these. It's a belt. This is made by Freeride Equestrian, bit belt in burgundy. And that is very pretty. That will look really pretty. I gotta wear that. I'm gonna have to put that on. Oh, good, the video is perfect. Yes, I'm so happy. Thank you, Dale. That's my husband. All right, what else do we have in here? Oh, this is fun. So this is a hoof brush, like a scrub brush, really stiff bristles, and it has a hoof pick in it. How cool is that? That will come in really handy, especially in mud season. Can you hear that? Super, super stiff bristles. I like that. And it's got a grip for your hand. So, oh my gosh, that is very nice. And it has a space so you can hang it up too. I like to put twine or like hay bale twine, show you, like this on this, and then hang it up. That way I don't lose it, because I always end up losing hoof picks, always. All right, so that's awesome. I will be using that. Oh, we got a little bag of horse treats. These are from Ethel, and these are the Friend snacks. I first learned about these when I got one of the Ethel advent calendars, and my horses love these. So that's really cute. Very nice. Actually, I think it was the same size as the advent calendar. It was the same size. And these are, I don't know what flavor they are. Doesn't say. Oh, it just says original. Nice. What is this? Coat defense. Oh, wow. I have always wanted to try this. So you apply this by hand and you sprinkle the powder. It's a powder. Sprinkle it directly to the coat, rub in gently. You can put it on boots, wraps, helmets, underpads, and blankets. Curry into the coat and use as a dry shampoo. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Ooh, it is definitely a powder. Can you see that? Yeah, it's a powder. Ooh, it smells good too. Oh my gosh, that is so awesome. So I opened the whole thing, but it does have a sprinkle top. That is so cool. I have really wanted to try that. I'm going to have to try that. That's going to be awesome. A dry shampoo, awesome to have in your barn. These are so pretty. Oh my gosh. So these are little plates. Are they, does it say melamine? Melamine. I think melamine. But they're plates with a horse pattern. I have to open it and show you. Look at how pretty that is. That is so cool. I already know what I'm going to do with these. Uh-oh. I hope Vickie and Linda aren't watching, because this would make a really cool Christmas gift, and fill it with horse treats. Put horse treats. Oh, very, very cool. Those are nice. And this is a set of 4 of those plates. Very pretty. All right, I have no idea what this is. Ooh, it's a bag. Style belt bag. It's kind of hard doing an unboxing or like a review of a product, like a subscription box, because I can't pause. I have to be like, oh, I don't know what that is. But that is really pretty. So it's made, I think, by Yagya. And it's a bag. So let's read about the Yagya bag. Oh my gosh. So it's a carry-on belt bag. And it says, you'll fall in love with the ultimate accessory this season thanks to Yagya's carry-on belt bag. It was founded by an equestrian. So we know it's going to be something good, right? So they actually show a picture of it so you can wear it while you're riding your horse. And you could put stuff in it. You could put your phone in it. You could put horse treats in it because it has like a little Velcro pouch. You could put your phone in it when you're riding. And then when you're riding, you could do Equilab if you have a membership. Or not, you don't need a membership to Equilab. But if you're doing Equilab, so you can do Equilab, put your phone in there, and then have it on you while you're riding and get credit for your ride. It's pretty cool. So let's see. It's all sealed up. I want to put it on like the lady in the ad. Okay, there's one belt part. I'll have to do an in-depth review of this. Okay, that's pretty tiny. So I don't know if that's supposed to go, oh, okay, that's a belt. It's very stretchy. That's gonna have to be stretchy if it's going around my midsection. Okay, it moves. That's cool. All right, I'm gonna have to play with that. But the main, so it has the little pocket that's Velcro. I think my phone would fit in that, but I can't show you because I'm recording on my phone. And then it has a zipper pocket. Very nice. This thing has a value. It says a retail value of $120. That's a lot of money. So that's pretty cool. I'm excited to use that. Let's see what happens. Okay, sorry that I disappeared, but I put the box on the ground. Yes, Dale, it's an equestrian fanny pack. You are correct. Where are we? There we are. There's the box. So I'm going to have to clean that up before I go inside. Oh, I did want to show you something else. I also keep my bedding in here. So this, actually, I'm going to turn this around so I can talk to you. This is what I use for my horse's stalls. This is Western Wood Products animal bedding, and it's a pelletized bedding. So it's like pellets, but then when it gets wet, the pellets turn into a powder. So I mean, there's like no waste when you're cleaning stalls with that, and it smells good. But I love those pelletized bedding, way better than like shavings, because shavings don't absorb moisture. But let's show you. Okay, but don't judge me. My horse's stalls were clean this morning. They have not been cleaned tonight. But that is what happens to the bedding once it gets damp. So it turns into like a sawdust almost, and the bedding just falls through the manure fork. It's so nice. That is the best bedding I've ever used. And it's like $5.49 a bag. And I can use like a bag a week per stall. And then like once a month, I will take all of the shavings out and put about 5 bags in there. And it's perfect. And the horses like it. It smells good. It keeps them dry. Well, hello, Sarah. Thank you for watching my live stream. Thank you to everybody who's watching it. Oh my gosh, there's 11 people watching this. I hope I am entertaining for you guys. But, oh, one more thing I did want to show you. So I was talking to you about my book. And no, this is not a shameless plug or commercial for my book. But I just wanted to show you from like my Tack Room. All of the projects that I did, I made videos of them, and they are on my YouTube channel. But then I decided I was going to make a book. So, and actually, the picture on the front cover, that is in this Tack Room. That's this wall right here, which, oh, that's another thing I should show you. The wall is actually our floor. So this was our wood floor in our house, and we were just going to throw it away, and I was like, I bet I can find something to use that for. So I hung it on the walls in this little barn. So that way I have more space to hang things on the wall. And I didn't waste or put the flooring in a landfill. So I like it because I can hang stuff up. So flooring on the wall. It's not perfect, but it works, and it gives me a good background. It's pretty cool. But anyway, what I was saying, so all of the projects that I showed you in my Tack Room, they're actually in this book. And the pictures are black and white, and there's actually more things in here too. But a lot of projects that I did. And if you read in the description box, I actually have a link to this. So if you wanted to check it out, or if you subscribe to my channel, my husband is incredibly lucky, isn't he, Brian Duff? He is. But if you subscribe to my channel, you can go back through my catalog. I have like, I think almost 800 videos, and I show you on my channel how to make everything that's in my Tack Room, as well as some of the things that's in my feed room, because that's just what I do. So I think I have taken up enough of your guys' time. It's been almost 45 minutes. I can tell you how much I appreciate you watching my live stream. Hopefully you found this helpful, and hopefully if you're looking for organization ideas for your Tack Room, maybe I inspired you, and you can see even with a limited, with a limited budget and with limited space, you just have to get a little bit creative, and you can do it yourself. You don't have to spend a lot of money especially buying like saddle stands and stuff. You can make them yourself. It's easy. It's mostly easy, and you can do it with just a few power tools. I have a drill. I have a radial arm saw, which works great for that, but you can use a circular saw. You can use a jigsaw. So don't let, not having the tools and stuff get in your way. Just do what you can with what you have. That's what we all do, right? So thank you so much for watching my video, and I think that's about it for me today. So I hope you guys have a great night. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.